The Department of the Interior and Local Government, Central Luzon, presents this series of instructional videos as part of the formulation and updating of LGU Comprehensive Development Plans.
Magandang araw mga kaplano. Para sa ating episode ngayon, tatalakayin natin ang Local Development Investment Programming Part 1, ang Introduction sa Investment Programming. Pag-usapan natin ang definition ng ilang mga terms and concepts kasama ang Local Development and the Development Fund, Investment and Investment Program, definition of Investment Programming, at pag-usapan din natin ang pre-LDIP activities and the LDIP proper. Magtatapos tayo sa isang quick summary at isang madaling 5-item quiz. Simulan na natin ang ating talakayan. Ang Local Development Investment Programming ay binubuo ng dalawang steps sa Enhanced CDP Cycle, ang Approving and Legitimizing the Plan o Step 9 at ang Investment Programming Proper o Step 10. Ang investment programming ay para sa local development. Pero ano ba ang konsepto ng local development? Local development pertains to the mandates and responsibilities of LGUs as defined in Section 16 and 17 of the Local Government Code. The local development component of the LDIP, therefore, consists of the following. Una, mga projects that are in pursuance of the LGU's exercise of its powers and discharge of its duties and functions necessary for effective governance and essential for the promotion of the general welfare. Pangalawa, projects that are in pursuance of functions that are traditionally performed by national government agencies but which have already been devolved to LGUs. And pangatlo, projects that are necessary, appropriate, or incidental to the effective and efficient provision of the basic services and facilities as enumerated in Section 17 of RA 7160. Para may sakatuparan ng local development, kailangan ng pondo o ng Local Development Fund. The Local Development Fund is that portion of the local budget that is flowed back to the people in the form of programs, projects, and activities. It consists of the following. Una, 20% of the Internal Revenue Allotment or IRA mula sa national government. Pangalawa, non-office maintenance and other operating expenses or MOOE. Pangatlo, non-office capital outlay. Ang non-office MOOE at non-office capital outlay ay ilan lamang sa components ng isang local budget. Sa chart na ito, makikita natin ang isang typical composition ng local budget. Personal expenses or PS, and then clockwise tayo, ang kasunod ay MOOE, then non-office MOOE, then office capital outlay, non-office capital outlay, at statutory obligations or mga pagkakautang. Ang non-office MOOE at non-office capital outlay kasama ang 20% of IRA ang bumubuo sa Local Development Fund. Ang Local Development Fund na ito ang siya nating i-invest para maisakatuparan ang mga plano for local development. Pero ano ba ang investment? Ito ba ang paglalagay ng pera sa stocks, real estate, o insurance para magkaroon ng future gains? Sa context ng local government finance, ang investment ay what remains o ang natitira after deducting all expenses necessary to run the government machinery, kasama dito ang personal services, MOOE, at office capital outlay, satisfy claims of creditors, and comply with statutory reserves. At para organisado ang paggamit ng what remains o ng natitira, kailangan natin ng investment program. Ang investment program in public finance ay ang programa for utilizing the investable portion of the local budget. Kapag sinabing investable portion, ito ang parte ng local budget which will be earmarked for financing the priority programs and projects in the AIP, while the remaining portion will go into financing the costs of functions and services of the different LGU offices and departments. Nakita na natin ito kanina. Ang non-office capital outlay at non-office MOE ang investable portion ng local budget. Muli, kapag in-add natin sa dalawang ito ang 20% of IRA, Then we have what we call the Local Development Fund. Ang investment program naman ay magagawa through investment programming or generating the programs and projects derived from the detailed elaboration of the CLUP and the CDP. Kaya mahalaga na ma-update muna ang CLUP to generate additional inputs to the CDP, especially spatial programs and projects. Ang investment programming will modify, guide, direct, control, or otherwise elicit the desired private sector response in order to accelerate local economic development. Pangalawa, it can raise the level of socio-cultural well-being. Third, improve the standard of public services, utilities, and infrastructure. And finally, on the whole, attain the desired urban form in the CLUP and the general welfare goals of the CDP. Ang CDP on its own ay typically sectorally focused. Nakafocus siya sa 5 sectors of development: social, environmental, infrastructure, economic, at institutional. Ngunit hindi lang dapat sectorally focused ang investment programming. Kailangan din ito ng spatial focus para maisakatuparan ang envisioned na urban form para sa LGU ayon sa updated CLUP. May mga investment projects that encourage growth, that discourage growth, and investments that limit growth in the urban fringe. Ngayong alam na natin ang basic concepts sa investment programming, let's proceed sa next 2 steps sa enhanced CDP cycle. Una ay ang pre-LDIP activities, which corresponds to step 9 of the enhanced CDP cycle. It involves 9 steps. It involves the screening and prioritization of projects at pag-aaralan natin ito sa Part 2. Next ay ang LDIP proper, which corresponds to Step 10 of the enhanced CDP cycle. It involves 3 streams. It also involves matching fund requirements with projected available funds and deciding on the financing option if funds are insufficient. At pag-aaralan naman natin ito sa Part 3. In summary, we defined local development fund, investment program, investable portion of the local budget, and investment programming. We also had a short overview of pre-LDIP activities and the LDIP proper. Handa na ba kayo sa ating 5-item quiz? Question number 1. The Local Development Fund consists of A. Internal revenue allotment, B. Maintenance and other operating expenses, C. Capital outlay, or D. None of the above. And the answer is D. None of the above. The Local Development Fund consists of 20% lang of IRA, non-office component lang ng MOOE, and non-office component lang ng capital outlay. Question number 2. The investable portion of the local budget consists of A. Office MOOE, B. Non-office MOOE, C. Office capital outlay, D. Non-office capital outlay, or E. 20% of IRA. And the answer is B and D. Non-office MOE and non-office capital outlay. Question number 3. Investment is A. Placing excess funds in income-generating assets to earn passive income, B. What remains after deducting what is necessary to run the government machinery, or C. What remains after deducting for claims of creditors and statutory reserves? And the correct answer is B and C. Question number 4. Investment programming involves generating projects derived from the detailed elaboration of A. The CDP, B. The CLUP, C. Legislative requirements, or D. Capacity development program. And the answer is A and B. Question number 5. The CLUP is a spatial plan. It deals with space, while the CDP is a sectoral plan. As part of the CDP, investment programming must be sectorally focused. Is it true or false? And the answer is false. Investment programs must be spatially rather than merely sectorally focused. So both spatial and sectoral. Alright, maraming salamat mga kaplano sa inyong pakikinig at nawa ay marami tayong natutunan sa episode na ito. Sa next session, pag-usapan natin ang part 2 ng Local Development Investment Programming, ang pre-LDIP activities.